That's right. With Defi Watches.
Can you hear the music, Jerommie?
Ready? Tell me when. Welcome back, lead heads, to episode 246, Talking Lead podcast. Today we have Jerommie Smith with Defi Watches joining us. Enjoy the show.
And who are you?
I am Pepper,
You are Pepper.
Lefty's right hand.
The right hand of the lefty. We've got my sweetheart Pepper joining us today, Leadhead. She is fresh from Europe. She's, what, 12 days you were in Europe?
11 days.
11?
Yeah.
But like 4 of those days were traveling.
Oh my God, so much traveling.
Getting to and from there,
Yes,
right?
yeah. It was, whew.
So tell everybody where you went.
We started out in Paris, spent 4 days in Paris, and then we went to Athens and spent a day and a half in Athens, and then on to Rome for 3.5 days.
And I wasn't there.
You was not there. You did not get to join us.
I did not. I wasn't invited.
You was invited. You said you weren't able to make it, which is fine. But I went with my oldest son, and
yeah, Brantley. You and Brantley.
Yep.
It was the Gingers. The Gingers overtook Europe. They're
We did.
both redheads.
we took it over.
There should be a movie called The Gingers Take Over Europe.
There was so many, a lot of you, well, probably none of you have ever seen his beard, but it's very red and it's very thick. And so many people in Rome stopped him to comment on his beard.
Oh, my
gosh. It was like,
Jerommie, he's a true ginger, dude.
it was like, and they kept asking, you from Africa? You from Africa? You from Africa?
Africa.
I don't know why, but like so many people. And then a couple of people thought he was a soccer player. So I guess there's a professional soccer player that has a beard similar to his.
That's a redhead.
Very cool.
Yeah.
But then he's got this waft of hair up top. I mean, I don't know how to describe it. It's very GQ-ish.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, it would be like yours, Jerommie. I mean, look at yours right now, like 4 inches taller than yours right now.
Oh my gosh!
But Jerommie just got a fresh cut, guys. So he's high and tight right now.
Yeah. It looks good,
That's the way
though,
it's
Jerommie.
supposed to be.
It's the way it's supposed to be. Yeah, yeah. So, guys, this is episode 246. We hope you guys checked last episode, 245, where we had none other than Chris Tonto Peranto joining us at the 2018 NRA annual meetings from the Eagle Imports official lead quarters studio. Chris was awesome. Such a great guy. Originally we had like 30 minutes scheduled with Chris. His handler was like, yeah, you guys can, we'll have him on. You got like 30 minutes at most. He was on for like over an hour. And he kept telling his handler, he's like, no, we're having a good time. Leave me alone. And it was a great interview. So make sure you guys go back to last episode 245 and check out the episode with Chris Tonto Peranto. Great dude. And we talk more than just, you guys know him from Benghazi, the 13 Hours movie. He's even got his own book. It's called The Ranger's Way. So make sure you guys check that out. And we actually, we hooked him up with a Defi watch too. He was so impressed with those watches when he sat down, cause I had them setting out, cause you'd sent me a few for the show. I had them setting out in front of me. I had the Defi, Battlefield, and I had the Scout, and I had one of the Smith & Bradley. Yeah, I was the Sans 13 Evolutions, sitting out there. And he was like, man, what do you got right here? Is this stuff people have given you? I was like, no, this is the official wristwear of Talking Lead. I was like, it's Smith & Bradley and Defi watches. He's like, oh, these are awesome, dude. So he started looking at them and checking them out. And I didn't say anything about him. I was like, he was just checking them out, and I was telling him about the features of each one and what they did. And I was like, this one does this one does this one does this. And he was naturally drawn to the Battlefield. And he's like, dude, I run like 58 miles like a week, or 60 miles a week, or 80 miles. I don't know. It was some ungodly amount of miles a week he runs. He's like, this would be perfect for what I do. He's like, how do I get these? I was like, well, here. He's like, this is all you got to do. I was like, put this on your wrist and you let me know how it works for you, brother. But of all the watches, I mean, the Smith & Bradley, the Sands 13, it's like a $400 watch. And he picks the Defi, which, I mean, it looks like a freaking $400 watch and all the things you get from it. He's like, man, that fits my need. That's everything I need right there. So, Tonto's got a Battlefield, man.
My man.
Rocket. How can you go wrong?
You can't go wrong. So, you guys make sure you go back, check out last episode. And, we've got Jerommie on, like we said, with us. We're going to talk with Pepper. Pepper's on here with us too, but Pepper's got to go. So we're going to hit Pepper real quick. We're going to talk about her European experience real quick. So, Pepper, I think maybe this should fall into our jackwagon train, Jerommie. Because I think she's got some gripes, but she's got some positive things to talk about too. But we're going to go ahead and start the jackwagon train. So, Gunny, roll that train in.
Hoorah, Semper Fi, do or die, hold 'em high at 8th and I. It is time for the talking lead jackwagon of the week, so brace yourself, baby.
All right, Tia, so talk about your trip to Europe. What were some positives? Let's start with positive.
The positives was that the places were
that many.
There's so many. I don't know where to begin. I don't know where to start.
I've heard Europeans are nothing but pompous pricks, and they hate Americans. That's what I've heard.
That's not really true.
Is that not true?
It's not really true.
Okay. So fact to fight the myth. Now it's time for the talking lead.
Fact to fight the myths.
Some of them were very, very pompous and very rude, but some of them were very, very friendly.
Jerommie, have you been to Europe?
No.
Okay.
I think the part that makes them seem like they're very unfriendly is they don't understand our language, and I didn't understand theirs. I know no French. I was trying to say words, and Brantley was telling me I wasn't saying them right. So I thought I was doing well, but I think if you can understand what they're saying and they can understand you,
but
I
isn't
think they're
that just like
friendly.
in America when you go to a Mexican restaurant and you try to order something from them and they don't understand you, we get upset?
Yeah.
I don't. If you're going to the country, you should understand the language. That's my whole philosophy.
Mm-hmm. I don't really feel like I could have learned that much French, and that no.
Parlez-vous français?
Yeah, no. Mm-mm.
Qu'est-ce que vous?
No.
Escargot?
Escargot.
What else is French?
Bonjour.
Bonjour. There you go.
Bonjour.
There you go. But you had a very European experience. I mean, I think this is kind of typical, but this is probably typical in any country that you go to, and they take advantage of tourists.
It's kind of ironic because it happened to me my very first day in Paris, and then it happened to me again, kinda, as I was leaving Rome to come home. I couldn't figure out how to find an Uber to get to the hotel.
So they have Ubers over there.
They have Ubers.
Okay.
But like at big airports, you don't know where you're supposed to go to get the Uber driver.
I mean, even in America, when we try to go to anywhere, we're like, where's the Uber pick up?
Yeah, where are you supposed to pick up? So I was trying to ask. Nobody knows.
It's like a big mystery for some reason.
And I kept trying to ask, but everybody was like, no Uber, no Uber, no Uber. So I was like, okay, whatever. So this guy comes up to me and he's like, taxi. And I'm like, no Uber. And I hold him my phone and try to show him I'm going to use the app. And he's like, I'm an Uber driver. And I'm like, okay, I'll use the app. So he like literally grabbed my suitcase and started walking with it. And so like I'm trying to follow him to figure out like what the heck is going on. And he takes it to his car and I'm like, I want to use the app for the Uber. And he was just basically telling me that he was cheaper as a taxi because Uber's going to charge me more or whatever. And I don't think he understood what I was saying, or maybe he didn't want to understand.
No, he did not
that
want.
I needed
he understood
to use,
exactly.
I wanted to use the app so that I could pay for it
yeah.
on my phone. But I told him, I'm like, I don't have the cash. I hadn't got my money switched over. I didn't have the cash. So he was going to take me to an ATM.
Oh my gosh.
And I'm like,
Right?
at this point, I'm like, oh my, what, so I was texting my son, and then Brantley was like, Mom, turn your location on so I know where you are. And he's like, tell that guy you are not going to an ATM. He is taking you straight to the hotel. So I ended up giving him all my American cash. It cost me $80 for that taxi to get to the hotel.
It was like a 30-minute drive.
And I kept telling him, I'm like, Uber would have been cheaper. He's like, no, it would have cost more. It would have cost more. So that was like very frustrating. I was like mad about that for a couple days. And then coming home, down over there in Rome, they use the My Taxi app, which is basically the same as Uber, which the Airbnb lady, very friendly. She told us to use that app. So I used that, and the taxi guy comes to get me, and he was nice. But then when I get there, and the
all
app,
serial killers are nice.
the app said it
I
was.
mean, have you ever watched Forensic Files? They're all nice. I never would have said he was such a great
she had a lot
guy.
of
Everybody
friends.
loved him.
Had a lot of friends.
We barbecued with the guy, drank beers with him. He was a great guy.
The app said it was
the
like,
funeral. Doesn't he look so good in the casket? No, he's dead.
but the app said it was $48, and you've seen it all over the cabs when you were there that it was $48 from Rome to the airport. But when I get there using My Taxi app, he's trying to tell me that it didn't go through, that my card wasn't being charged and it wasn't going through. And I'm like,
Sucker.
I don't have any, I can't give you. I'm like, how much is it? And he's like, $67. And I'm like, what? Or he said 67 euro. And I'm like, I don't have 67 euro. I've got 30. And he's like, no, 30, no, it's 67. And I'm like,
And he's like, we can work something out, though.
I don't have that.
We can work something out.
And I'm like, why is it so much? But he's not understanding what I'm saying. And so
oh, he understood.
I was like, I don't know what to do. If my card's not working, I don't understand why it's not. So he told me he would take my credit card and run it there. So when I got into the airport, I found out that it did take my card.
Uh-oh.
So I think
9 times.
It hasn't shown up on my American Express bill yet, though. But I think they've charged my card twice, which I'm going to call and fix that. But anyways, I think it's funny that
That's the good thing about American Express is they will fix
they
that
will
stuff.
fix it.
But
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
that's irrelevant. The fact that you put yourself in that situation is idiocy. Why would you do that? Why would you let some jackwagon grab your luggage and force you into their vehicle? And why? You know better than that.
I know.
have taught you better than that.
I do know better than that, and I was.
You could be Forensic Files right now. You could be a case on Forensic Files right now.
I could be. And I've learned I will never do that again. Coming home, I had no choice because the train doesn't run and my taxi is all you can do. So I had to get a taxi at 3:00 in the morning.
You made me so mad when you did that.
I know I did.
Oh my God.
I was mad for days. I really was.
Jerommie, do you understand? I mean,
I know. I mean, I go to Hong Kong a lot. I've never had a bad experience.
but you're big. You're like 6'9", 300-pound, gorilla. Ain't nobody gonna fuck with you, She's a little 5'2".
I can only say what I know, but I can absolutely see where I don't understand what you're saying. So hey, take this, and they use it because they know damn good and well what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
they know because they deal with tourists all day long.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and that's the thing. It's attitude. You got to have that attitude. You can't go over there being a tourist and be naive and be ignorant because they will take advantage of you. I don't care how big you are, male, female, whatever.
You got to put the pit bull face on.
Yeah.
And I'm sure I had that look of, oh my God, what am I doing? Where am I going? I don't know what to do.
No, and they're like, sucker.
Yeah, they've seen it.
They're like, here's my tourist. I've made my rent for the month.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Ginger.
Yeah. He made his money off of me.
Oh my gosh. I mean, you're lucky you're lucky to be here with us right now. Seriously.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah. I'll never do that again. I promise.
See, when you go overseas, you never get in a rush. You kind of just kick back and say, you know what? I'll just have a beer and I'll relax here. And if you think you need to get me in a hurry, no. I'll sit back here and I'll take 10 minutes. I'll figure it out. I'll sip some suds and then I'll be on my way. And they do it intentionally because they know it flusters you. They know they catch you off guard.
Exactly. That's exactly right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And they know that you're like, oh gosh, what do I do now? Because they act stupid, but they know what they're doing. And they got you right in that vulnerable position. And you just go, well, fuck it. I'm just going to do it.
You know what they're being? They're being tactical.
Mm-hmm.
Tactical thieves. Mm-hmm. Tactical criminals.
Yeah.
That's how they make their living.
Right, exactly.
Even criminals can be tactical.
Yeah.
Yeah. Basically, it was theft, but it was just deception is all. I mean, same thing, but.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So don't do that again.
I won't do it again.
Because I will get on a plane 9 hours away and I will come scold you, young lady.
This world is not that big.
But I'm glad you're back.
Thank you. I'm glad to be back.
I have missed you.
Thank you.
And I'm glad you're back.
Thank you.
And she brought me all kinds of awesome, what does he call it?
Souvenirs?
Souvenirs. Yeah. Trinket
Nice.
souvenirs, from Rome.
And Greece.
And Greece. I didn't want anything from Paris. I want nothing from Paris. Nothing whatsoever. But I did want some.
They don't even want you carrying a knife around that place.
Yeah, screw them.
Yeah.
But I did want some stuff from the
Gladiators?
Yeah, the gladiator stuff. Yeah, I wanted a cross from the Pope. She actually went up to the Pope, punched him in the kisser, and took his cross for me.
Ow! Right in the kisser!
So I got a cross that the Pope was wearing. That's what you told me.
Yeah. That's
Is
what
that
I did.
not right?
That's what I did. Yes.
Is
it?
Yeah.
I'll buy it.
This same girl that got duped by the taxi driver went up to the Pope and punched him.
Beat the Pope up.
And stole his cross. But that's my story. I'm sticking to it. I got a cross from the Pope.
Mm-hmm.
But thank you, Pepper. Thank you for sharing that. I know you got to get back to your daughter at the pool. They got to go lounge poolside now. They live the rough life.
Yeah, yeah. I haven't seen her in like 15 days, so.
Oh
You
my
didn't see
gosh.
me in 15 days. You spent like 3 minutes with me.
You and I lounged poolside today.
Yeah, we did.
We did.
I got a nice base tan going.
You do. You really do.
And
Yeah,
I got
who's
some.
living the life?
I've been drinking some rum too. I got some rum. Some nice rum.
Then you're ready to roll.
He is ready to go.
I am.
He is ready to go.
I am. All right, Pepper. So, for her jackwagon, I guess we could sum it up is the people in Europe that take advantage of naivety.
Yeah.
The naive
Yes.
tourist.
Yes.
Naive American tourist that's redhead.
And they live off of our tourism.
They do, right?
They do. I mean, they make a
Yeah.
living off of it.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't say that Americans don't do that too. I've heard, I watch Forensic Files, and they do that here too.
Yeah, go to New York. They do it well there.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes. Yeah.
Yes.
And Michigan, apparently.
I always love it, the guys in New York that don't speak English, but everybody else speaks English, but then they try and screw you.
Right.
Yeah. Totally agree with that.
All right, so that's our first jackwagon. Jerommie, do you have a jackwagon this week?
You know, I'm gonna pull one out, and it's gonna have to be. I gotta pull this one because this one just cracks me up. It's Caitlyn Jenner,
Whoa, wait a minute. Bruce Jenner?
whatever this is.
AKA Bruce Jenner?
Yeah, Jenner. We'll call him that. Trump, worst president on LGBT issues, says she won't support his reelection. So let's get this really straight. Who gives a fuck?
About
This.
right.
I have to, I mean,
I don't
where did all
care.
of a sudden, where did this voice come from that I'm empowered to all of a sudden be the representative to do this and this and this, and I'm not voting for Trump?
Yeah. Well, I mean,
wait a minute.
you got to admit that he has a following. He has a pretty big following. I guess. I mean, I've never looked.
Look, the dazed and fused community can follow all they want. But seriously, I can't even put this into words.
I understand.
What in hell?
I understand your frustration.
And it makes news that you won't support.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Sports Illustrated did, or was it ESPN? Sports Illustrated ESPN made him like their man of the year, or I'm sorry, woman of the year, for his courage to cut his nuts off.
Well, it's like
right?
It's like you silly rabbit.
I mean, you made him your man of the year for cutting his balls off.
You've just summed it up right there.
I don't get it. I don't get it.
I want to follow you so you don't support Trump. Good. Go, brother.
Don't get it. Don't get it. Anyway, go ahead.
Anyway, sorry.
Yeah.
We digressed on this because I was blown away when I saw this. I'm like, you really are going to have an impact on direction of what this country is going to do as far as the world leader. You're not going to support him. Whatever, dude. Throw that one under the bus, run it over.
Well, I mean, and that's the thing too. I mean, I'm not surprised because you look at all the liberals out there that don't support Trump, that don't support our leader, that don't recognize him as the leader of our country.
You know, of all the jackwagon stuff, I mean, I would have to say it's the left-minded person who is not willing to allow our country to move forward and continue it to keep in a paused state when he's trying to do denuclearizing a region that every president has been fighting for forever.
Ever, yeah. Since the beginning of time.
And working deals. I mean, my gosh, we got 3 prisoners released, personally brought over, that no other president has accomplished like that since we've ever had like a Reagan era.
But yet they refuse to recognize that.
But we're trying to move forward, but they want to hold us back because they do not want to see the progression and give credit where credit should be due. So if I was to pull the real jackwagon, it's the left-minded who won't adopt for the country to move forward. Look, when the other president was in office, I didn't, look, I have to take it what it is. It's the presidency of the United States. It's not a person, it's an office. And that office is to make the country better. And whether I didn't like the stuff they did before, look, I have to live with it. And if I don't support that, all I'm doing is hurting everything else because there has to be a progression. We have to get to the end and we got to get things fixed.
Yeah. But that's the thing too. Are they actually fixing things?
No, they're holding basically the progression of other people hostage to a degree.
Yeah. But that, I mean, whether it's a Democrat or it's a Republican in the office, you got to look at what their true intentions are. And I think the root, the core of the American society can see what's hurting and what's helping. If you look at this presidency versus the prior presidency, God dang it, we're talking politics, and I hate this.
We'll be off this in 5 minutes.
Yeah, we're less than that. The improvements over this versus that, there's no contest. I mean, you look at the facts. Look at the facts. Look at what this presidency has accomplished in, a year and a half? Not even that. How long has he been president?
Yeah, about a year and a half. It'll be 2 years coming up.
Yeah, coming up on 2 years versus, Jesus Christ, 8 years on that jackwagon that was prior to?
I'm with, it's just,
So, I mean, he is not I will admit, he is not the greatest freaking people person.
But we see things getting done.
But stuff's getting done. It's getting done, and it's making a difference. It's not only getting done, but it's making a difference. It's betterment. There's betterment happening in our lives, in your life, in liberals' lives. And that's what you got to look at. You got to look at the facts. You can't listen to the liberal media because they're just going to beat everything down that he does. Just like he just, oh my God, there was what was this thing he did this weekend? There was a presidential thing he did, and none of the liberal media covered it whatsoever. It was only on Fox. So if you tune into CNN, you tune into Bloomberg, you tune into, any other liberal, it was on Fox, and Fox covered it. And I was on a trip. I can't remember where I was going, but it was like a 2-hour trip. Had the radio. I was on satellite radio, and I was tuning in to the news things, and that was the only station that was carrying it. So
yeah, I just, the thing with media is everybody now has this panel, and this panel now gives you their opinions.
Yeah.
Whatever happened to just reporting the news?
Facts? The facts.
And if you report the news, everyone's allowed to come up with their take on it.
Yeah.
And I implore that because I don't agree with everybody, but I allow, everybody should have the ability to either agree or disagree and agree to disagree.
Right.
I think that the one-sidedness, and everyone's drawn these conclusions based upon their panels and their thoughts, and I don't want to hear their thoughts.
And their polls.
I want people to report the news, and then we can go from there.
Yeah. The facts.
That's it.
So I was told that news is an actual acronym. Did you know that?
No.
Hold on. All right, so we've got the authority on the news acronym here. No, it's made up. It's completely made up. But go ahead. What? I can't find it though. What did you say it was?
Am I there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
National events, weather, and sports.
All right.
And you, where did you hear this from?
Somebody posted it on Facebook that they just found out that that's what
So
NEWS stood for.
That's
and
what
I was
news stands for.
I was like, oh, I had no idea. But everybody, I mean, there was hundreds posted. That
Say it
they
again.
didn't. National events, weather, sports.
And that's what news stands for. And you read this on Facebook.
Yeah.
Because Facebook.
If it's on Facebook, it was what it's supposed to be.
That's the
what it's
real
supposed to
deal
be.
there.
Yeah. I
Right.
mean,
That's
people
what
don't lie.
news.
People don't lie on Facebook.
Okay.
That's where I get my news from.
Yeah.
I get my new. Yeah. All right. Thank you, honey bunny.
You're welcome.
All right. So she cleared that up. But, so Jerommie is here with us for a special reason. A very, very, very special reason.
Always a special reason.
Always a special reason. So, Jerommie, we're going to get into some interviews from our 2018 NRA coming up, but we've got some news from you. Give a little teaser before we get into these interviews, and then you guys stay tuned because after you hear these awesome interviews that we've got, we're going to hit you guys with some more awesome deals from Defi. But just give them a little teaser.
So we're going to run, we just got done. We have our new inventory in. It used to be the S&B Springfield watch, but we moved that over to the Defi line. And it's now called the Defi. It's just classic. It's our classic field watch. And if anyone's heard of S&B and they've heard of the Springfield watch, they'll know it's the ultimate classic field watch.
Which would be along the lines of, you go back to your World War II.
Yep, it was developed. It was developed from my grandfather's watch he wore in World War II, because then it was just a little bitty watch that he wore, and I said, you know what, let's make it into a modern man's watch because we're a little bit bigger and broader now. So I took it and expanded it to what we wear today.
Yep.
So it's a stainless steel case. It's a domed sapphire crystal with anti-reflective coating on it, Swiss movement, Swiss C3 Superluminova on it, on a NATO strap, just like back in the day.
Nice.
But this thing is all decked out. Swiss, sapphire, stainless steel, the best of the best. That is totally the best field watch you're going to get.
And you guys, because you're lead heads, this is normally a $200 watch. So just hang on.
You might want to hang on for something that we're going to do. And you might want to, you're going to get through this and you are going to be blown away, because I'm only going to offer this to lead heads. We're not going to throw it. We're not going to email this out to all of our email group, which we could and sell out literally today.
Yep. We're not going to social media this out. It's only people listening today. You're going to get this deal from Defi Watches.
You know, we've had a lot of lead heads come in and buy in the Battlefield and the Scout. You know, we've been able to track that with just fantastic, response. Everyone's been getting it. Everyone's been doing fantastic. They love the product.
How are we doing on the pre-sales on the Sands 2.0?
We've got quite a few guys that are in line that we're going to honor that pre-sale with.
Okay. Are we done with that pre-sale? Is that done?
Yeah, that's done. That's over.
You guys missed out on that because that was a freaking phenomenal deal. That watch, you just wait. I'm going to post pictures of that when I get it. And you're going to beat yourself up because you didn't get your pre-order in. Sorry.
And, that watch we generally do not run a sale on because we have no purpose to, because we sell them out.
Right.
And we don't need to discount it.
And that's the same thing with this watch. With the
This watch we have been running for 3 years through S&B, and with the company, the way we've set up the companies, we've moved this over to Defi because it goes with the Defi credo.
The whole motto, yeah, the whole motto. With
everything that we do,
yeah.
You guys have been very active in purchasing the other ones, so later on you're going to hear what we're going to do for Memorial Day weekend, and we're going to run this through Tuesday on the 29th.
29th.
At midnight, it's over. So you're going to have to get it before midnight on Tuesday. So that way, if you're back to work on Monday, like, oh man, I forgot, I got to get in and do it. You better do it, because this will never, ever be seen or heard except here.
Yep. So stay tuned to the Defi Classic Field Watch.
You can choose your choice of black or silver.
Black or the silver. Yep. I saw it. I love the silver. I saw that one. I'm digging it. Stay tuned. You guys are going to hear the deal of the century coming up. So Jerommie, the Gunny is going to get us into our interviews for the 2018 NRA annual meetings from the lead quarters of the Eagle Imports booth coming up.
Roll it in.
Hit it, sweetheart.
Sir, aye, sir.
No,
but you will.
And I got one of yours,
Facebook,
Chances. I got Chance
Instagram.
Paris. That's a hell of a name, Chance Paris. I just want to gamble when I hear that.
Right.
I want to go gambling.
I don't know the passwords and stuff for Instagram.
George Ford.
Do you have it?
Oh, thank you.
Here,
Dude.
Here's something a little better.
I love skulls.
I do too.
Have I got the other one on?
When you're in Vegas next time, there you go.
Nice.
It's on the house.
Just go into the Venetian and throw that down on the table.
Yeah,
They'll hook you up.
$50K right there, baby. They're like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Okay, we're giving shit out here. That's our company challenge point.
That is cool.
It's not even used when you're good, man.
It's not even used.
Brand new.
It's brand new.
Brand new.
I mean, it's like a samurai sword. I like that. Thank you.
I got a piece of chew stuck in my mouth. Let me borrow that real quick.
You get your own.
Oh, damn.
Get your own turkey. All right, guys, we are back at the 2018 NRA annual meetings. It's the 147th. Can you guys believe that?
Yes.
140. You got to get closer to that thing.
Yes.
See how that sounds?
I believe that.
You sound great.
Time flies. My first NRA show was NRA number 2.
This is my
Your
first
one was the second one?
Yeah.
The NRA, this is number 2.
Yeah. So I've aged well.
Damn. No, you look great.
Yeah, thank you.
You look real good, man. I was like, this is your first NRA show, right? So I'm going to go, as you listeners are listening, from my left all the way to everybody else's left. And we're going to start off. So we got a lot joining us right now. A lot of information hitting you guys. So lead heads, make sure you listen to this whole episode because we've got 3 different companies, 3 different products. It's going to blow your mind. It's going to be awesome. So we're starting to my left. We got Chance Paris with CP Tactical Solutions, and these guys do some amazing Cerakote work. And he knows a guy that can do some cuts too. But we're going to talk about CP Solutions, CP Tactical Solutions. Bam.
What do you want to know?
No, we're gonna get to you. We're gonna introduce you. And then to your left, we've got Gnat Warfare, which we've known these guys for a long time. They're fellow members of Antivirus Alliance, which CP Tactical is now too.
Yep.
So
Yes,
welcome to the Alliance, brother.
Thank you.
Appreciate that. Gnat Warfare has some of the best non-AR 500 steel targets that you guys need to shoot.
Absolutely.
X Steel Targets is one of our sponsors. They do AR 500 steel targets, the best ever.
Right.
But you guys are doing some amazing targets that will blow people's minds.
Yes, all of our
George
targets.
Ford.
Yeah, George Ford.
With Gnat Warfare, ladies and gentlemen. And then to his left, just killing you guys here. We got 1911s that we're doing, custom 1911s from Bob Ma.
That's it. They kept it simple. I'm not great at spelling.
I mean, like 3 and 3. That's perfect. I love that. With Republic Forge. I love that name too.
Yes.
I mean, it's got a nice ring to it. And they brought props. So you guys know how I love props. I love show and tell. So they actually brought their products here. I'm going to be fingering them, handling them, touching them as we're talking about them. describing them as best we can. Sorry we didn't do a live on this. My live girl left, so oh, she's over there eating now. There she is, Pepper. She's feeding her cake all right now. We're good. We're good. But so let's start to my immediate left. We'll go with this Cerakoting company here, CP Tactical Solutions, with Chance.
Yes, sir.
Welcome in, brother.
I'm glad to have.
And guys, feel free to chime in, ask questions as we're talking to everybody. This is an interactive interview.
What does CP stand for?
Chance Paris.
Chance Paris.
You know, I've been wondering about that.
CP Tactical.
Simple.
It all
Simple.
it makes sense now.
Right?
I was gonna. That's a great. I was gonna. So what's the CP for? Because you're doing Cerakote. Is it Cerakote product or
Cerakote person?
Whatever you want it to be. Just bring product.
Whatever it may be. Understand.
Absolutely.
So tell us what you guys do.
We do a little bit of everything.
And you brought some of your guns.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
They're in my bag.
It's great work, guys. I can attest to it.
We do mostly custom stuff. So we got a bunch of stuff done, and then we really didn't like how it turned out. So we decided that we'd go
Some personal stuff.
Absolutely.
Yeah. You're like, hey, dude, can you do this for me? And
absolutely.
he sent it back, and it was less than what you desired.
Absolutely. So we tried again and again and again, and just never got to the standard that we wanted. So we decided to go out and get certified and go through armor's courses, do everything that we needed to do to get to that top tier standard. And then from there we started outsourcing, figuring out where we could go, and people seem to like what we're doing.
And people, I mean, you've got some pretty high name people that you've done work for. So
yes,
I don't know if you can name drop or not, but
I don't like
I
to.
wish you would. Please feel free, because you can do that on this show.
Oh, okay.
Because most of these people have been on the show. So
right.
They're okay with you name dropping.
We've done stuff for Craig, Sawman Sawyer, and we're working with a couple other companies. It's not solid yet, so I don't want to drop the ball
hex
yet.
it. Yeah.
But we got some really good things coming down the pipe for us. We're just waiting to see what 2018 has to bring. It's been an awesome year so far for us. Got to meet a lot of really cool companies, getting to work and incorporate our stuff with other awesome companies.
But here's the thing: is like a lot of people just think like Cerakote is like you take a can of Rust-Oleum, and it's like shit. I can do that. Why do I need these guys?
Right.
I just spray paint my gun, put a stencil down, whatever. Boom. I got it done. But there's a lot more to Cerakoting than just going to Lowe's and buying a can of Rust-Oleum.
100%. It's all about It's all about
guys,
prep work.
Bob,
we never use Rust-Oleum. We use
Bob and Bobby.
We use Krylon.
We use Krylon. the perfect outdoor
That's right.
spray. Yeah.
Right.
Camo Krylon.
Hey, that's the best.
It just sprays out your pattern.
Hey, it's clean. It's clean.
No stencil needed.
No stencil.
Yeah.
It just sprays it out.
Just sprays the pattern.
Okay.
Yeah. You want multicam? Krylon.
But
talk about the process, though. I mean, it is a very underestimated.
It's very labor.
It's an art. It's a very. I mean, it is. I mean, you guys are artists. What do you do?
It's a very labor-intensive process. A lot of people don't understand that. When we do it, we strip everything down to bare substrate and go from there. It's very, very labor-intensive. We're very.
So me as left hand, I've got my lead heads know that I like to go to that next level of coolness.
Right.
I can't just have a plain Jane gun. I've got to have that next level. I got to personalize it. I got to put something talking lead on that sumbitch.
Exactly.
So I send you a gun.
Yes, sir.
Then what happens?
Then from there, we first thing we do with every weapon system comes in is we go out and test fire it, make sure everything's great with the weapon. From there, we disassemble, prep, and
what's prep? What's involved with the prep?
Prep, degreasing, taking everything down to substrate, inspecting, making sure there's no cracks or anything in the frame, slides, things like that. Because a lot of these guns that come in are weapons that have been used quite a bit. So we want to make sure that that's all taken care of. And then from there, we
photo op.
we spray the weapons. reassemble. Then next thing we go out, we test fire every system. We don't just put a couple rounds through them. We put them through their paces to make sure everything's good. Because the last thing we want is for these people to go out and need these weapons and them not work. So QC is huge for us. We're very meticulous with everything we do. So if for some reason somebody don't like what we do, we'll take care of them.
But how could they not like what you do if that's what they ask for?
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, some people you just can't please.
No saying how.
So, but it's been fun. It's been a crazy journey for us. We've got to meet a lot of awesome people.
And you brought some of your work here, and I saw it. And I got a good friend of mine, Leadhead, just like you guys that are listening at home. Bill, you guys have heard Bill on the show before. And he had a jacked up job. Not going to say who it was from, but he sent it to you guys. He's like,
Yes,
hey, can you help a brother out? And you guys fixed it. You corrected it,
we done
right?
the best we could, and it turned out he seemed to really love it. So
Yeah.
I think we did what we needed to do.
I
for
think
him.
he did. He sent me all kinds of pictures of it. Yeah. So that's how actually you and I met.
Yes, sir.
Is through Bill.
Absolutely. Awesome guy.
So as you guys know, I mean, you leadheads out there, I mean, if you run across a company that you're just absolutely stoked with and they do a solid job for you, let me know. Shoot me an email, talkinglead@gmail.com, and we'll talk to him. We'll get him on the show. Absolutely. Yeah.
Awesome.
Very cool. And then Gnat Warfare,
Uh-oh.
another member of the Antares Alliance. So you guys are familiar with Antares Alliance, right?
Yes.
You are familiar with it. Are you members of the Alliance?
Not yet.
Okay. So maybe working on the process?
Could happen.
Okay. Good deal.
That'd be good.
Good deal. So, Mr. Ford,
Yes, sir.
Gnat Warfare, I've been trying to hook up with you for what, like a year and a half now, 2 years?
It's been a couple years.
Yeah. I mean, we're always at the same events. We're there, but you're so busy
Yeah.
with your targets. I mean, these guys have some of the coolest targets. So everybody knows X Steel Targets is our AR-500 steel target company here, but these guys do something next level target shooting here.
Right. We're not the steel target
so
guys.
cool. It's so cool.
So
What do you talk about Gnat Warfare?
Well, Gnat Warfare is a company. We build a lot of robotic tactical training targets for ground targets and for law enforcement and military. And then we have aerial target drones.
Which, Jesus Christ, I got to have those. I got to do one of those.
Oh, they're a lot of fun. I mean,
aerial drones.
remote control
targets.
planes loaded
How
with
cool is that?
explosives, shooting them with live fire shotguns. It's a lot of fun.
It sounds insane, but it's cool.
It is insane and fun at the
And
same
you can
time.
do it, yeah.
Yeah, you can do it. Anybody
do
can do it. So it's we like to have a lot of fun. There's the business has got kind of multiple different sides. We have a fun side of things where we do corporate events, team building experiences, things like that. Then we have a more serious side where we're building a lot of LE and military type mission specific platforms. And now we're getting into the consumer-based platforms for just everyday users out there, something affordable and a lot of fun to bring family fun to the backyard. It's a nice looking dog.
We got a buffalo coming behind us here.
He's trained.
He's a good boy. He's a good boy.
He is a good boy.
He's a good boy.
So it's a lot of fun.
So how did you come up with the concept of doing remote control targets?
I often ask myself something. I was a 25-year concrete contractor in the Phoenix area.
All right.
And my business partner and I, he's still in the trades, and we just we've been shooters and hunters and outdoorsmen our whole lives, and just wanted to start looking for something a little more fun. And
I mean, they
More
are
fun than World of Concrete?
it's a close. It was really hard to make that transition because I really couldn't decide what was more fun.
Remote control concrete,
right?
Maybe
in 120 degree heat all summer long in Phoenix.
Right? He's like, I don't know.
But we started off with the planes, and then those corporate events and charity fundraisers, things like that. Mostly on the entertainment side of things. And then we decided we wanted to add a little more to the circus.
Yeah.
And so we wanted to
I
throw
like that, the circus.
and
okay, PT.
Yeah, that's right. So we wanted to add something for the ground and move it into more of a center fire platform than a shotgun platform. So we just started working with some small RC platforms and explosives and ARs, and then we transitioned into where we're at right now, where we have a variety of different targets, from small little javelinas to very sophisticated tactical targets for military and law enforcement.
Thank you.
So you got all kinds of different sizes. You can do all kinds of different shapes.
Thank you.
Hey, how you doing, sir? Welcome. What's your name?
Tim.
Tim.
Tim Hayes.
Tim Hayes. We appreciate you stopping by, brother.
Nice to meet you, Tim.
Yes, sir.
So yeah, we've got a whole variety of different things, from basically from consumer based to mission specific.
Get Tim a shirt.
Tim's a good guy.
Yeah,
Right?
Yeah, give him a shirt.
He knows how to move in.
He does. Strategically, just
slid.
You guys
right in
doing
there.
a show here or
That
something?
was seamless.
What's up, man? You've been here. You've done this.
Go photobomb those guys.
Doug's been on the show
bomb.
before.
Right.
Go ahead. We see a lot of squirrels here, so just fight through it.
I've seen a few javelina running around your booth too. So,
Right?
Yeah, you just never know what might pop up. But that's basically how we got started and where we're at, and we just like to go out and have a good time.
Well, and I want to get more into this, okay? But we're gonna jump over here, but
You
we're gonna
bet.
come back to everybody. So we've got the two Bobbies, Bob and Bobby, with Republic Forge, and these guys are doing some, and Tyler Gunworks, there we go. Some amazing, I know I've got 1911 fans out there. Talking Lead has 1911 fans, and even Trump Jr. is on board with these guys. So talk about your custom 1911s that you guys are doing here. They're beautiful, and they brought them, so I'm touching them right now. So as I'm touching and fingering,
He's touching the gun, not me.
Actually, he's fondling it.
The gun, not me.
Not Bob. So, tell us about your company.
Well,
Republic Forge.
I've been shooting 1911s and in general competitively for many years, and collecting 1911s. And through my competition shooting, I met the people that originally owned this company, Republic Forge, and started to pick up a few of their guns here and there. And about a year and a half ago, I entered negotiations with them to purchase the company and then bring it to another level even.
Okay.
They used to do a lot of guns that were, closer to entry level, and what we are doing now is the gun that you're holding was actually commissioned by Trigicon to show as their centerpiece at SHOT Show this year.
Okay.
And then it's also,
which is our neighbors.
and
That
it's in
just
their,
happened to
and
be
it's
across
in their
from us,
booth this year, and that is a 5-inch government model. The finish on it is very unique. It is a high carbon steel frame and slide that is then color case finished by Mr. Bobby Tyler sitting next to me, who's the master of that process. And he
this
can
is an
probably
interesting
explain a little
process.
about
I want to talk about this too.
He'll inform you as the process.
Yeah.
That one has a machined RMR cut with co-witness sights and extremely accurate. That can is capable of 2-inch groups at 50 yards. And every single gun is tool and die, not CNC, but actual humans.
Wow.
Hand fitting.
You don't get
each and
that
every
much
part.
anymore.
There
Yeah.
are no drop-in barrels. Our tolerances are extremely tight compared to anything out there. And what I like to tell people, these guns are extremely prettier, but they're extremely pretty, but they shoot better than they look. And
They
as a
shoot
result,
better. They look pretty freaking good.
And a few minutes ago, you mentioned the president's son. I can tell you that he commissioned us to build his new sidearm that he is using to protect himself when he goes bow hunting dangerous game. He travels the world making things mad by sticking arrows in them, and he wants our 10mm 6-inch long slide, which looks a lot like this engraved gun, but his is really functional to carry with him. So of all the guns out there, he chose ours to carry. He helps promote the
Did he
industry.
have something
He's gun
personally
friendly.
engraved on the side?
He has his initials on the side of the gun, on the right side of the weapon, and but it's different.
Junior?
It contains
GF.
DJT, DJT, JR. I put them on there. And
so Next one, the next one that he has commissioned for you,
Yeah.
you got to do me just a small favor.
What's that?
Just somewhere on there, like inconspicuous, but TL.
TL.
Talking lead.
Okay.
Yeah. And he'll never know.
Okay.
He'll never know.
That's it.
But we'll have him on the show one time, and we're like, hey,
Yeah.
did you bring that? Look right there. He'll go, son of a bitch.
Yeah. But the part, like I say, the part that I find interesting is there are a lot of gun makers, 1911 makers out there. When you are aggravating dangerous animals, you want one that's going to go bang and hit the spot every time.
Yeah.
We built that.
You build that.
So, you know.
So how does one get in touch with you to get this fine craftsmanship?
It's a secret. You got to know somebody.
You got to listen to the show. Listen to Talking Lead.
The best way typically would be go to our website, www, which not many websites have that at the beginning.
Right. Now, that's new.
republicforge.com. And we also are on Facebook at Facebook.com/Republic Forge. And so that's the best way to see what we do, where we do it, and how to talk to us. We also have a very unique feature on our website that will be reworked and up hopefully in a week, and that is a build your own site where you can actually go
pick and choose
the frame size, frame shape.
Nice.
And once you pick the overall size of the gun, the picture comes up on the screen. And then after that, you can select pictures of the grips, pictures of the finishes, pictures of all the options, and the picture changes in front of your eyes, and the price for that gun appears magically next to the gun as you change things. So it's kind of like going to a BMW site and building your new
I've done that.
Your new motor
it gets
car.
expensive.
And as you decide to add like a second floor mat or whatever it's in there, but anyways, bottom line is
cargo gate.
You can see it in front of your eyes and decide whether the options you choose are appropriate. The gun that you're holding right now is a top-of-the-line gun. It was a man flew in from Illinois yesterday just to see it, touch it, and purchase that gun.
And so I'm holding somebody's property here.
Try not to break it.
I might not want to do that. Yeah.
So, anyways, but that gun is
beautiful.
Is a 6-inch long slide 45 that has niter blued controls. Those are mammoth molar ivory grips. And then
mammoth
molar, back tooth of a petrified mammoth.
So we're talking like thousands, millions of years.
Many years, yes. And we tell people, we had somebody that was mad at us that we were killing mammoths for their ivory, and I explained to them that we actually killed them for the meat.
Yeah, the oil.
Yeah, and
killed them for the oil.
That's it. But the bottom line is mammoth ivory grips, niter blue controls, spectacular color case colored frame, and the deep blue, beautiful Colt blue slide that's on that gun. So
it is beautiful.
It's a really neat gun. And then Dale Bass out of Amarillo, Texas, a master engraver, engraved that gun, and it's not engraved with a laser or a router machine. It is engraved by a guy with a chasing hammer and the tools, and that's why we get the beautiful jewel-like look to the engraving. It's undercuts and things that you can't do with the machine.
That's amazing.
There are things that only human hands can do.
So give me an idea, ballpark of this. I mean, you don't got to tell the exact price.
That gun is that's in the $10,000 range because of the engraving and other things.
Well, our base
guns start at about $2,800, but that's for a fully custom, built to your specification. That would be a gun that would be Cerakoted or nitrated.
So if I wanted saber-tooth, could you do that? Could you hook me up with saber-tooth? Yeah, I got Bobby's over here. Yeah,
they hunt those in Freona, Texas, where Bobby our Finnish guy.
I mean, you're talking about materials that aren't made anymore.
No, that's
mammoth.
Those are rare.
Yeah, they're a little rare.
There's a couple high fence ranches in Texas, I think, still have mammoths.
They would, yeah. I think that's why
pay the right price.
Jurassic Park electric fence kind of a thing. And I think that in order to practice, in order to harvest mammoth, you should build a target of a woolly mammoth to run around here.
Absolutely.
I like that. So maybe we can do a collaboration.
Right,
it's like, hey, you buy the Mammoth 1911, and you'll get a woolly mammoth target.
And to give you an idea, not all our guns are as high as the one we just spoke of.
Sure.
That has platinum inlay on the logo. The Trigicon gun, the one that Trigicon had us do, is a full color case, government size 1911, and that has a much more a unique grip. Those grips are made of an epoxy material with bronze and copper screening, and then machined through the screen to get that really weird effect that is on there.
Yeah.
That gun's about a $4,300 gun.
Okay. And we're going to take pictures of these guys. Look at our social media pages. You guys will be able to see them there. But they are beautiful. But, I mean, it's pretty much your imagination is your limit on these things.
And that's where we've got Bobby. Bobby is the person with the imagination, and he had done guns for the company prior to my getting the company going, and he was pretty limited on what he was allowed to do in terms of the artistry and the color, the beautiful colors, the beautiful finishes, the engraving. And I've turned him loose, and it's been a great collaboration. He should explain to you how he does that.
Yeah. So how do you do these amazing colors, Bobby?
Well, we are a small company out of Freona, Texas. Just a family-based company who started in a little 12 by 8 wooden shed, and we built a furnace, put it in there, and decided one day that we were gonna color case firearms.
Okay.
We now color case for about 17 manufacturers.
Okay. So this process is called color casing.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it is.
And so I send you a gun, or actually Bob will send you one of his guns. And
say somebody sends me a gun.
Let's talk the process.
It comes in a lot like you said about, you take it, you get ready, you strip it down. But instead of being able to take it to the bead blaster and hit it with the bead blaster, we take it into the shop and hand polish it out to that finish. You guys may do some. Do y'all hand polish some of it out, or is most of it blasted?
Most everything's blasted.
Is
that
it?
We do. Yep.
We hand polish it out.
So kind of a similar process from the Cerakoting to the.
And then we degrease it, and then we have a separate outside building that we go out, and there's a furnace, and we actually have a
heated up.
We have a furnace out there, and these go in, between 11 and 1200 degrees for a limited amount of time, and they come out and then they go into a quench.
Okay.
And when the product goes down in the furnace, it's silver. When it comes out of the furnace, it's silver. But when it comes out of the quench, it looks like what you have in front of you.
Okay. And everything's different. You don't know what you're going to get.
It's like a fingerprint or a DNA. There's no two the same in this.
Okay.
And this process has been around since the late 1700s.
I've seen knives.
There actually is one part of the country where DNA is not different, but we're not there.
Kentucky? Is that where?
But we try to. Our deal is we, I just decide, you either have to do something better, cheaper, or faster than anybody else, or you try to do it all. You try to give people the best service that money can buy for a fair price. That way people that pull their boots on and work for a living every day can afford it.
Hell yeah, man.
And that's where my company got started. I started wanting to have some of this work done, and my budget didn't allow it.
It's beautiful. You do beautiful work, man.
So,
I mean, looking at these right here. So how does one get in touch with you if they want to do this? What's the process called again?
Color case.
Color case their firearm.
Yeah,
and you can do anything?
I tell people just jokingly around, I'll color case you if you want to. But no, I color case a lot of different, a lot of lever actions that you see in the industry, the Henrys and a lot of those.
Now, are you just doing with commercial side, or can individuals get in touch with you?
I do a lot with the guys who pull their boots on too.
Okay.
I mean that's what started us, and I am getting pushed more into the commercial work because of economics of it.
Right.
I mean, but I do try to keep a limited amount of spots available to take private work. Our website is tylergunworks.com.
Okay. So tylergunworks.com.
And we do have a Facebook page. We try to keep work up and just communicate. If somebody calls the shop, wants to get a quote on a job, they talk to me. Just keeping that personal touch, and that's something about Bob too. If you can't call a company, get them on the phone, and talk to the people you're sending your money to. For me, being one of the guys who's always pushed, you just want to know where your money's going,
Yeah.
And be treated fair and looked in the eye and treated right.
Absolutely.
So
that's awesome. These are beautiful works of art. I mean, they are. I mean, this is art right here, man. This is something you want to hang up on your wall.
But the last thing we want people to do is to stuff them in a safe and not shoot them.
But that's what they're made for, right?
They are made to shoot, and they're made by shooters for shooters. And we expect the bullet to leave that gun and end up in the same place every time. The only variable is who's holding it. So
very cool.
It's the capabilities of those guns far exceed the capability of most
shooters. And give your website for Republic Forge again.
It's republicforge.com.
Republicforge.com.
Right.
And then if people have these and they want targets to shoot at, they're going to go to Gnat Warfare. Yes. And you can get flying targets. You can get rolling targets.
You can get everything.
Interactive targets.
Interactive targets.
So I want to get more into your targets because they're remote control.
They're remote control targets, yes.
Yeah.
So
let's talk about that.
We've kind of stayed away from the autonomous side of things. There's a lot of people out there that are into the autonomous. We like to keep our targets human thinking. So if there's a human on the other end of the target, then it's adapting to the scenario it's running through. We would like to say that, is that how it's going to be? Watch this. But so that's where we're at with the RC side.
Are you limited on the size of flying targets that you can do?
Actually not. We've worked on a couple projects here recently and stuff that we're flying 15-meter wings, which is about a 15-foot wingspan.
Wow.
On some platforms
that's big.
That are carrying a 10.5-kilo payload. Have a loiter time for approximately 20 to 22 hours on that scale of a plane for a very affordable price. So there's some bigger companies out there that are a little nervous about what we're doing.
Okay.
But
for Americans, 10.5 kilos is about 65,000 pounds.
Right. It's close.
That's huge.
Right. So it's.
But these are targets?
Well, these are aerial targets and surveillance platforms.
Okay.
So there's a lot of the international market is really busy right now in our industry.
Gotcha.
And so a lot of the NATO-friendly countries are looking for aerial target drones for their SAM sites and artillery and other things.
So for our lay listeners here that, just the average, going out and shooting kind of thing, what do you have for them?
We have, we call them our Gnat planes, and they're a coroplast wing, which is, a coroplast is the same material that all the election signs that are plastered everywhere around your neighborhood.
Real estate,
Right, and so those platforms are a shotgun-based platform, and we load them up with a black powder charge, so that when you fly them by and you get a hit on them, you get a big flash and smoke out of them.
Nice.
We also have another version that those wings get beat up a little bit. We change the pods, and those are total destruction planes. When you hit those, they disappear.
What's the life of, well, obviously those are very short-lived, but what's the average life of your...
So our Gnat planes, we actually get about 7 to 10 flights out of them. And by a flight, meaning they're going by a shooting line that there's 5 shooters on, and they're all about 50 rounds per flight.
Okay.
So depending on shooter skills, determines how long they last, but anywhere between 7 and 10 flights. Right. And we like to recycle because we've got to be good for the planet.
Right.
So that's when we switch them over and switch the pods out, and we put them on a total destruction plane, and they just disappear. They're gone. Poof.
But again, I mean, you make a good point here. These are for shotguns as you're doing the aerials,
right?
Because you're not going to want to shoot your rifle rounds through this just for safety and
absolutely
common sense purposes,
right?
So
common sense.
But you have ground targets.
We do have ground targets
for the people who want to take their AR out and shoot some moving targets.
Absolutely. So we have a variety of different, from high end LE and military down to our new platform that's come out for airsoft and UTM rounds, rubber balls. That range around $229 retail up.
What's the life of those? The expectancy of those?
Those targets there, we just took one off the other day that we had over 20,000 rounds through the target.
Wow!
And virtually it just tipped over.
So you got to get your money's worth.
Oh, you get your money's worth.
Yeah.
That's on the replaceable side of it.
The replaceable side of it.
The actual platform and everything else, we've got platforms we've been running for a year and a half.
Really?
And it's just like any RC platform. Depending on who's driving it, you might have break something here or there.
Yeah.
But it's
so what's your warranty? So like the pig, you brought us a remote control pig that I've been running around the booth here and pissing people off with. But what if I shoot the tire of that?
Well, if you shoot it with an airsoft weapon, you're not going to have any problem. You can shoot that platform wherever you want.
Yeah.
Once you buy the target, which you shoot at it, that's your
That's
choice.
it.
You know?
If you shoot the tire out,
50
you ain't
BMG.
gonna replace it, right?
I mean, it's covered under a 30-day manufacturer warranty for any manufacturer defects. We go above and beyond what the manufacturer is covering. So if there's no abuse or bullet holes or shrapnel,
right,
we'll take care of you.
Shrapnel.
But we work with a company called Red Cat Racing. They're one of the largest RC manufacturers in the world, and they actually take care of all of our warranty issues and all of our SKU numbers and everything else. So
what's the variety that you guys are offering right now?
So we have the Javelina Target, Bobcat, Coyote, and those are the top 3 that we're running right now.
Are you doing like a deer kind of thing?
Well, it'd be a small deer because that's about to, on this platform.
It's not too big?
It's not too big.
Okay.
On some of our big,
I mean, that's got a lot of power. I think you could do a deer on that and it'd be fine.
Well, you could if it was going in a straight line and the wind wasn't blowing. It might want to blow it over.
Not in West Texas.
Now, that's where we have some challenges out in West Texas. We actually built a full-size Cape Buffalo last summer for the Extreme Huntress. And so it was actually a full-size remote control Cape Buffalo. We had a profile version that was running
Extreme Huntress. Is that Jim Irwin?
Tom Opry.
Tom
and Olivia.
Okay.
Have you ever had any of these out at the Whittington Center out there at Raton?
No, I haven't. Nope, not yet. But we'd like to go.
Yeah.
You know somebody?
Yes, I do.
There you go.
There we are.
You guys need to talk.
We travel.
Yeah.
Especially in the summertime. So you can get us into a cool place. We're headed there.
Whittington has a white buffalo at 1,173 meters on their rifle range. It'd be real cool if it moved.
If it moved. There you go.
It just stands there. No one can hit him.
Yeah. He gets shot a lot, but he don't run off.
A tough old guy. Yeah.
Takes a lot of abuse.
You bet. But so we have our platforms are pretty much universal on a larger scale and stuff. So we have 3D archery targets that run around there.
Oh, okay, yeah.
The world famous Gnat Warfare.
I mean, we're just talking, but yeah, archery, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. So just about anything that you would think of putting on there, we can adapt to.
You can do it.
Yeah.
Nice. Very good. And the website?
Gnat Warfare, GNATWARFARE.com.
And if they're members of the Antares Alliance,
we'll take care of you.
Boom.
Yeah, there you go.
You know, I think it's like, what, 5% discount if you're a member?
Yes,
just
5%,
automatically
yeah.
right off. But
Yeah.
then, like you said, if you're a member, you're going to take care of them.
We'll take care of them.
Yeah,
Any Antares member
Alliance.
gets a hold of us, and we'll hook you up.
There you go.
You bet. Special deals.
So you lead heads that are members, if you're not a member, you need to be a member.
Absolutely.
Go ahead and join. I'm a lifetime member.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you. I signed up, just did it for life. I'm a lifer.
There you go.
I got the 007.
007.
Yeah. the
Sneaky.
007. Well, I was like, hey, if we're going to do this, I want that number. I was like one of the first that, that signed up. So.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
appreciate it.
And then we're going to get back to Chance Paris Tactical Solutions, which is CP Tactical Solutions.
Right.
Oh. So how can people get in touch with you, Chance?
cptacticalonline.com is our website. So you can hit us on social
and
media.
You're full FFL. They can send
SOT.
Feel completely safe about sending you their firearms, whatever they need done.
100%.
If you got custom work that you want done, get in touch with you at the website or email?
Website, email. It's all on our website, social media. Everything's linked through our phones.
And you guys can do anything.
Literally.
Much. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Pretty much.
So it's we got some really neat stuff coming down the pipe. It's just
and we just found out that Pepper won the Wall of Guns. So we're gonna go pick Pepper's gun out, and we're gonna send it to Chance, and Chance is going to pretty it up for her.
Right.
We're gonna do some kind of awesome Cerakote with that, and you down with that? Yeah, she's down. She's like, yeah, hell yeah. We'll send you guys pictures. So
awesome,
guys. Thank you so much for taking the time to be on the show. Make sure you go to all these guys' websites. Let them know that you heard them. Let them know that you heard them on Talking Lead, and they'll treat you right. Definitely.
Yes, sir.
Thanks for having us.
More to come from the 2018 NRA here at the official lead quarters, Eagle Imports in Dallas, baby.
Thank you.
Cool. All right, guys. Those were some awesome interviews. Big thanks to Eagle Imports for sponsoring the lead quarters at the 2018 NRA annual meetings there in Dallas. Our good buddy Mike Sedini co-hosting with us. Awesome dude. We're going to have more from him coming up in some episodes. Mike's got some guests that he's going to be bringing along too. Some big names that you guys are going to want to stay tuned for. So like we promised, the big deal from Defi Watches, the official wristwear of Talking Lead. Here's the deal. Here's the deal you guys are going to get on this amazing field watch.
So its name is Classic because that's what it is. It's classic field watch, done after my grandfather. But it's available on both of our sites. I actually put it back up on S&B.
Okay.
Just because people recognized it so much to let people understand that it is now a Defi, but hey, we are the production of it. So you can buy it at Smith & Bradley's website, or you can purchase it through Defi's, either one. So you can go to, smithandbradleyltd.com, or you can go to defiwatches.com. Here's what we're going to do. This is what drives everybody nuts here when I do this stuff. It drove them nuts last time because I'm going inside and I'm going in the back end.
I'm waiting for hands to come to your throat right now.
So this watch, with all the stuff that I've described, I mean, you're getting Swiss and sapphire and everything.
Describe everything again. Talk about this watch. I mean, this is...
So we got a 316L stainless steel case and case back.
Mm-hmm.
We've got Super Luminova, Swiss Super Luminova that illuminates all of the numbers and our logo now, which is now illuminated.
Nice.
The hands are illuminated. We are using a domed sapphire crystal, which gives us that nice magnification effect. In case you have a little hard time seeing stuff, turn it to the side a little bit and it kind of magnifies it for you. I mean, domed sapphire in itself is twice the money as
every
regular
time
sapphire, with a Swiss Ronda movement.
And talk about that. What's a Swiss Ronda movement?
So we're not using Japanese, we're not using Chinese, we're using Swiss Ronda. Ronda is the manufacturer of that movement.
Okay.
Using a lot of Swiss watches. And we're going to do this watch for lead heads only until midnight on Tuesday for $99.
Whoa! Oh my God.
And this is only
half the price, guys. 50%. 50% off.
Only to this crew. If you're a dedicated listener to this podcast, if you're a true lead head, you will be rewarded by getting 50% off of this product.
Jerommie, where can they go take a peek at this? Because I know they're like, oh my God, I got to see what this looks like compared to the other one. So where can they go take a peek?
So we will start doing our social stuff on Friday. Take it back. On Thursday, the 24th.
Okay.
We're going to start posting this on our Defi Instagram and our Facebook. So you'll be able to see pictures, images, all the stuff that we're doing with this watch. You'll see exactly what it is. It'll be on our website. You will get a very good feel. If you've ever seen the Springfield watch anywhere throughout the internet, throughout social media, same exact watch, different name underneath our sister company. For that kind of price point, you will not be able to find a watch that even remotely compares to it.
No.
Period.
Nowhere close. So you guys go check out their social. It's not going to be on the website, right?
No, it is not on there right now.
Okay, so how do they order this? How do they all right?
It's going to be on the website, but it's going to be $199 on the website. You got to use the Leadhead code.
Leadhead.
To get this.
Leadhead. That's the code. Leadhead. You guys got to use that. Wow. It's amazing. But you guys go check out their Facebook page, and you're going to see pictures of this thing. I'm going through it right now, and I'm looking. Your very first post right now, you might want to pin that to the top. Here it is. While under the fine name, it is the Springfield. Nothing has changed but the name. It's a classic. It's a classic field watch now on sale
just to let people know, hey, it's back.
That's a beautiful watch, man.
Amount of.
That's a beautiful watch. I love that.
So, you know what? Because of talking lead, it's like, you know what? You're listening, you're going to get it, man.
You're gonna get a freaking 50% off, guys. So 50% off on this, and it's only gonna be for a few days. You guys gotta jump on this.
That's distributor pricing.
Yeah, that's crazy. Do you guys even have distributors?
We do.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, so that's why we cannot publicly do this. We cannot publicly put this out there.
That's amazing.
Now, we can't advertise it. I mean, we can publicly talk to you and put it out there for lead heads. But we cannot advertise this in print at all.
That is how exclusive this deal is, guys. So take advantage of it.
If you ever wanted that classic field watch,
it's a beautiful watch.
This is it.
It's got the looms, too. Like I was telling you, compared to the Sands 13, this thing's toe-to-toe with the looms on that. It's amazing.
Yeah, it's got every bit you'd ever dream of having.
Yeah.
In a watch.
Very cool. Jerommie, thank you so much for that. Leadheads, take advantage of this. And, again, I mean, you got to buy for yourself. If you got somebody coming up with a birthday, anniversary. Graduation. What else? I mean, all kinds of special occasions that you could give watches for. And
wait, where else are you going to buy something for $99 with that kind of quality?
A $200, I mean, that's their retail, $200. But anybody else is charging double that. I mean,
they're getting good money all across the board with these.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, just buying these watches at retail, at their retail price, you're still getting a better deal. You're getting better watch, you're getting better quality, everything versus the high-end names. None of them can hold the quality, the feel.
Yeah, so, this is kind of an intro to what we're going to be doing with some of our next productions and how we're going to do stuff and what we're going to be offering to the leadhead community. We've got a lot of offers.
Something we talked about earlier too, that the leadheads we kind of teased them with, was the boxes, and those boxes are on their way. They're coming.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So this is kind of a teaser into what we're getting ready to start doing. That when we get, and we will start promoting this next week with our box subscription service that we're going to start doing, that you as a monthly subscriber will be able to get watches of this quality at $99 a month.
Wow.
But we're actually going to do a little bit better deals for leadheads.
You kidding me?
People are going to go, how in the world can you guys do this? And that's the first thing I get, even from our marketing company. They're like, okay, stop. How in the world are you able to do this? And I said, well, you sell 5,000 to 7,000 watches a month, and you move that kind of quantity, you can make a lot of good deals. You start doing that for years, you start getting better pricing. Yeah, we could be greedy and take the slow, but hey, look, why not pass on the good deals?
So the monthly subscription service that's coming is called
Zoobox.
The Zoobox, spell that.
ZEWBOX. Zoobox.
And it's a new service, guys, and they're going to be offering not only just watches, but there's going to be all kinds of cool stuff that's going to be offering each month.
It's going to be a lot of different stuff. We're going to have different tiers. We're going to have a $29 a month tier, $99 a month tier, and then we're going to have a $299 quarterly tier.
And
at this quarterly tier, you're going to get a Swiss automatic movement watch for $299.
Oh my God.
And that's the same reaction everyone else had. They said, "There's no way you can do that."
How? That's like quarterly.
It's quarterly though.
This is quarterly.
Yeah. So you're not
4 times a year.
If you say 4 times a year, you're going to get a watch that you cannot go out and buy for less than $1,200.
Wow.
And the first one that we're getting ready to do with Zoobox is a brand new dive watch we're doing through Prima,
which is your super high end.
our super high-end
branch.
Because we are going to show everybody the amount of quality that we're going to be able to pack into this watch. It's a 300-meter dive watch with a ceramic bezel.
And those watches that I've seen on Prima, they start anywhere from $2,500 and up.
Yeah, so this is going to be our lowest entry one, and it retails for $1,400.
Jeez.
That's the lowest
and
one.
And you can get in on this on that quarterly subscription.
At $299. And every quarter, you're going to get a watch of comparable, absolute, at that level for $299. So if you're a watch aficionado, if you wanted to be a collector, you want to do anything, you want to have the best of the best, and we're not talking low-end stuff.
You want to be pimping.
High-end. Not only does it look, it performs.
But it performs, yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
I mean, we just, one of my buddies just came back. He was doing a Discovery Channel show, and he was down in Costa Rica doing a lot of filming down there. So they were doing super deep diving down there.
Mm-hmm.
All Prima.
Really?
All Prima down there.
How
they're
deep they
200.
going?
They're down 200 feet filming.
Damn.
We back it up by our performance. Not only does it look good, our performance is right there.
That's all. Can you name the Discovery show so people can watch?
I can't yet.
Can't yet? Okay. Okay.
Can't yet.
Coming. Maybe we'll get that guy on. Can we get him on?
Absolutely.
Cool.
Yeah, we get him on.
Okay. That'd be awesome.
But there's a lot of cool stuff. We will, when we start, we're going to do crowdfunding for the presentation of Zubox. And when we do that, we're going to offer Leadheads a special discount to go in and get some early bird box subscriptions.
Very cool. Jerommie, thank you so much for doing this. You Leadheads, make sure you take advantage of these awesome deals that Defi Watches is offering to you. So I want you to show them some love. Go out, take advantage of these deals. Tell your mother, tell your brother, tell your cousin, tell your aunt to listen to the show so they can find out how to get these deals as well. It's going to be awesome.
Absolutely. Cool, man.
And did I get my jack wagon in? Did I talk about my jack wagon? I don't know if I did.
You did.
I did?
Yeah.
Okay. Who was my
the overseas, huh?
Who was my jack wagon?
No, you had...
No, it was Tia's.
Yeah.
That was Tia's. So, all right, last minute jack wagon, Jerommie.
Oh, gosh.
So, the NFL, okay?
I'm with you on this because I know where you're going.
Yeah. So they just enacted the policy that everybody has to stand for the national anthem now. They are not my jack wagons. My jack wagons are the people that you know are going to try to buck this policy. But here's a story from, where's that? It's ESPN. It comes straight from ESPN. Atlanta NFL. Owners have unanimously approved a national anthem policy that requires players to stand if they are on the field during the performance, but gives them the option to remain in the locker room if they prefer. It was announced Wednesday. So Wednesday was the 22nd.
Today,
23rd. The policy subjects teams to a fine if a player or any other team personnel do not show respect for the anthem. That includes any attempt to sit or kneel, as dozens of players have done during the past 2 seasons, to protest racial inequality and police brutality. Whatever. Let's show disrespect for our country because of that. Those teams also will have the option to fine any team personnel, including players, for the infraction. And there's a quote: "We want people to be respectful of the national anthem," which you should be. Commissioner Roger Goodell said, "We want people to stand, that's all personnel, and make sure they treat this moment in a respectful fashion. That's something we think we owe, but we were also very sensitive to give players choices." Very sensitive. Fuck people's sensitivities, that's what I say. It's ridiculous. To hell with their sensitivities. But again, the NFL, I mean, that is a business. It's not a government-run thing. I don't think the government has anything to do with the NFL. MLB, NHL, whatever it may be. I think the government should get their freaking hands out of it, have nothing to do with it.
Absolutely.
But at the same time, if you're going to play the national anthem, then you show respect. I don't care if you're a player, you're a patron, you're media, you're whatever you may be. When the national anthem is being played, you show respect. You don't disrespect that. Goodell said the vote was unanimous among owners. So how many teams is that?
28?
Yeah. I mean, it was unanimous. Although the San Francisco 49ers owner, Jed York, said he abstained. York said that all owners that voted in the process supported the change. The policy will be part of the NFL's game operations manual and thus not subject to collective bargainings. The NFL Players Association said in a statement that it will review the policy and challenge any aspect that is inconsistent with CBA. I don't know what CBA is. So, I mean, there's some things that remained unclear. But for the most part, it's saying that, hey, look, if you're going to come out and you're going to disrespect our country, then keep your ass in the locker room and then show it later.
Well, you know what's going to happen. I mean, this is why we've gotten to this point, is that they saw how much money they lost.
Of course. I mean, it's all a money game.
Yeah, so they react this way because they're like, they can't lose that kind of money. They can't lose those advertising dollars, which were running. I mean, they couldn't stop the bleeding.
Yeah.
This will stop it. But can you imagine the first team that does not come out?
No, they're through. They're finished. They're done.
I mean, you might as well hang it up because they will be burning They will just go absolutely batshit crazy going against them for that. When they started this whole thing, they did everything not to piss people off. Then all they did is turn around and pissed everybody off.
Yep.
And if they would have acted right from the get-go, we wouldn't even be to this point. But their failure to address it properly from the outset has created all this controversy to get to this point. Now they're at this point, and they're going to give them the option to abstain. Now, if you abstain, you are going to be literally front and center of just a whipping boy.
Yeah, exactly. So Kaepernick, who was the kind of
poster child?
Huh? What?
The poster child?
Yep, right, the poster child of disrespecting our country. Former 49ers safety Eric Reed have both filed collusion cases against the league after failing to find jobs after free agents. I mean, if they were worth their freaking weight in gold, they would get a job. It doesn't matter how much controversy they cause. They just suck. They're sucky players.
Seattle actually was going to attempt to bring him on, and then they just called it. They said, no, we're not even going to have you try out. Because they cannot withstand the amount of people that will leave because of his actions.
But you know what that means? It means you're expendable, dude. So I don't care how good you think you are. There's always somebody over here that's just as good or better than you are that will go along with our game plan.
Their game plan is they have a business to run. And if you're going to detract from our business, why in the world would we hire you?
Right. So if you're bad for our business, you're gone. If you're good for our business, you're here. Just like back in our day, you remember the Boz, Brian Bosworth. He was so controversial. Jim McMahon, another one. So controversial. But I mean, they weren't disrespectful to our country, to our flag. They were controversial in different ways. But at the same time,
they were like a little bit of WWE in the NFL.
Exactly. At the same time, they were bringing notoriety. They were bringing notice to these teams, which is why they kept them on. They weren't. Yeah. They weren't good players. Brian Bosworth was not a good linebacker. He sucked. You know, he was terrible. He was terrible. Jim McMahon
in college.
Jim McMahon was a good. Jim McMahon was a good quarterback. I'll admit he was a good quarterback. I like Jim McMahon, but at the same time, once he served his purpose, he was out.
Absolutely.
You know, once you weren't making me money anymore, you're out. Same thing with Colin Kaepernick. Apparently they're not as good as the next guy that's coming up. So
they're
sayonara.
Expendable.
Exactly, expendable. Is
It's
that
like
movie coming up?
though.
The Expendables 4? Is that the next one coming up?
Probably.
We should get some watches on those guys. We should get in touch with Sylvester Stallone. All right, guys. So if you aren't taking advantage of these deals, then I feel sorry for you. You're not a leadhead. You can't call yourself a leadhead if you're not taking advantage of these awesome deals that Jerommie is throwing at you guys. This is the second one in less than, 2 months?
Yep.
And he's still offering the other deal on the Battlefield and the Scout, 44% off. If you guys go and order those, just as leadheads, use the code leadhead, right?
That's it.
At
Just put it in
checkout,
there.
going to get 44% off. And then this new deal with the classic, used to be called the Springfield, but it's the Defi Classic now. And you guys are going to get like nearly 50% off on that. Only, this is a limited deal.
Yeah, this is only going to run until Tuesday.
Only going to run until Tuesday.
The day after Memorial Day. So that Tuesday at midnight, it's over.
So put my name on one. I want the stainless.
Got it.
Got it. But yeah, Jerommie, thank you so much for that. Leadheads, take advantage of it. Shoot him a personal message on social media. Go to Defi Watches, Smith and Bradley, and say, Jerommie, you got the biggest balls in all the watch world, brother. Thank you.
We're going to take them all on.
Thank you so much.
And if anything, just go on there and just put Leadhead was here.
Or that. Or you just
That's
put
it.
Leadhead was here.
You know, just go on and just paste it all over.
And I understand you like rum as much as I do.
It has a tendency to be enjoyed.
Do you go with the spiced rum or what's your...
Absolutely. Nope. Spice it up.
So Captain Morgan's or what's your favorite spice?
I haven't found a bad spice yet.
Okay. Sailor Jerry's. I've just been recently introduced to Sailor Jerry's, which is good. I like Sailor Jerry's. And then there's another one.
I do mine in pina coladas.
Oh, you like pina coladas?
Yeah, so we make them homemade.
Well, I mean, there's no other way to make them.
Yeah, so we just get the crushed ice, put it out there. We get the coconut milk, raw coconut milk, coconut flakes, pineapple.
All right, so here's the other one. It's Baron Samedi. You see it?
Oh, yeah.
You see that? It's Baron, Samedi, is a spiced rum. It's Caribbean rum with spices and natural. It's 90 proof. And I have no idea where it's from, but it looks like the dude from the James Bond movie. You remember that?
So why is it empty?
Because I got like one shot left in it.
You're in for a bad night now.
No, this is good night. I haven't even tapped this one yet. I just finished off the Sailor Jerry's.
Oh, you know, we got to get you either a rum sponsor or a bourbon sponsor for this show.
Oh my gosh, that would be awesome.
You know what? I'm going to reach out to some friends of mine that I work with that have a bourbon company.
Ooh, do it.
I think they need to be part of
the Leadhead Brigade.
Lead.
Yes. I'm with you. I'm with you, yes.
So I'm going to put this out there.
Okay.
For Leadheads to check out.
Throw it out.
10th Mountain Whiskey.
Ooh. I've got to Google that right now because that sounds like some powerful shit.
This actually goes with and for all Leadheads. So I'll go ahead and let you look that up real quick and report your findings of what 10th Mountain Whiskey is about.
Because I know there's a 10th Mountain Division.
That's where they're from, and that's why they're doing it.
10th Mountain Whiskey and Spirit Company.
Once you gotta click in, you gotta go in, but it's for the 10th Mountain Regiment.
10th Mountain Whiskey and Spirit Company, established 2014, Vail, Colorado. Spirits from Vail's first premium distillery. Bourbon, rye, cordial, vodka, moonshine. Nice.
but you'll see their foundation is from the 10th Mountain Regiment, and their bottle is a guy holding a rifle.
Yes, kind of like the Leadhead Brigade. The dual flintlock.
Yeah, we've done some work with those guys in the past. I think we need to introduce those guys, and they need to be part of the Leadhead community.
No, we would love that. The 10th Mountain Whiskey and Spirit Company is Vail, Colorado's premier distillery, crafting spirits from locally sourced ingredients in the name of the mountain lifestyle that was influenced by the original 10th Mountain soldiers. Hells yeah. Yeah, let's introduce us to these guys. I would love that.
Absolutely. I'll put together an email this evening and introduce you guys.
Very cool. There you go, guys. So we may get our first adult beverage sponsor for Talking Lead.
And their bourbon
could be dangerous.
Phenomenal. It is unbelievably good.
Well, I've not really had anything bad from Colorado, alcohol-wise, so...
Their bourbon is an eye-opener. It is just fantastic. I mean, their bourbon is nothing better in a beautiful, nice glass and just sip it. It is that good.
So what was your first exposure to it?
We actually made some watches for them.
Oh,
for their
really?
Grand opening open house for their their tasting room in Vail.
Oh, cool.
So we actually did product for them. They're just fantastic guys to work with. I mean, they're just amazing dudes.
That is awesome. So, a proud history. The patriotic men of the 10th brought diversity, courage, and hope to the Rocky Mountains when they arrived in the 1940s to train just a few miles south of what is now Vail. Love Vail, by the way. They were part of the greatest generation of men wanting to make each day count and each day better than the last. The mentality they had was strong after being shaped from the rigors of mountain warfare, their egos humble. Very cool. Well, I'm down with that, man. Let's do it.
They're good cats, man. They're great guys, and they make a great product. Oh, my gosh.
So Ryan Thompson and Christian Avignon?
Yeah, those two guys, they give a tremendous amount, and they are huge supporters of their local community. And they just got set up where they're actually starting to do national sales. I mean, they are growing rapidly.
That's all. I'd love to have them on the show. So if you would, reach out to them and extend my invitation for them to be on the show. Let's talk about it.
Absolutely.
I like what these guys are about. Love it.
Absolutely. Great bunch of guys with great product. You'll never go wrong.
All right, Jerommie. I think that does it for another episode of the Talking Lead podcast. And if these guys did not get their money's worth from this episode, they're never going to get it.
I don't know what more.
You need to tune in to another podcast because you're getting everything and more from ours. Not only from Jerommie, but from our other sponsors. Ride On, RITON, the official optics of Talking Lead. Modern Spartan Systems. Don't just clean, but optimize your firearms with modern Spartan systems. High threat concealment for all your holster and battle belt needs. You go to High Threat Concealment. They're even making products for your dogs now. They sent me some collars and leashes for my dogs.
Really?
Yeah, and they're using those Cobra belt.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, the Cobra belt. What do you call it? Latches or?
Buckle.
Buckle, thank you. Or buckle. Very cool there. X steel targets. If you guys are not using AR-500 steel targets, you're missing out. And you're really missing out this weekend because just like Jerommie is offering this deal to you guys, X steel targets, 45% off on their AR-500 steel targets. Select categories, but you go to their website and you're going to see that you're going to get a phenomenal deal there at X Steel Targets.
X Steel Targets.
There's just nothing more satisfying than that ting when you hit an AR-500 steel target. Love those guys at X Steel Targets. 1776 United, the official swag of Talking Lead. Our T-shirts, our patches, and now, Jerommie, I know they're coming. You're going to get it. It's coming.
Okay.
The Talking Lead tumblers. Boom, which is what I've been drinking my rum from today.
Man, I'm looking at that thing going, oh my gosh, that is awesome.
It's sexy. It's awesome. It's useful. It's better than a Yeti. Don't be a snowflake. Get a Talking Lead tumbler. We've got the 30 ounce, the 20 ounce. You can go to, it's soon to be 1776 United, but you want to go to dip123.com/Talking Lead and get your tumblers right now. Soon they're going to be on 1776 United, where we've got all our other swag. We're just working on getting them there. They're going to be there. And we're going to have other logos available. We're going to have the Leadhead Brigade. We're going to have the new Bullet Head Talking Lead logo, which was one of our users submitted. Our users submitted?
Listener submitted.
Thank you. Our subscriber submitted logos. That's going to be coming out soon, along with the T-shirts. So you guys go to 1776united.com and check that out. And, of course, Defi Watches, the official wristwear of Talking Lead. And I'm rocking my Battlefield today, brother. Been in the pool most of the day today. And this thing's been 9 feet deep, no problems. Still running like a top. I'm at 1,917 minutes. So that would be, what, 7 o'clock? 7, if you do the math real quick. And all the other functions. And that's there's so many different functions on this thing. And I'm finding out new stuff every day. I've got the analog, I've got the digital, both. I've got the date, the time, got seconds. I've got a stopwatch that I can do on this thing. I've got an alarm. And then I've also got, what is this other thing I got here?
Probably your second time zone.
That's it, my second time zone. So I can do 2 time zones with this thing. Actually, I can do 3 if I wanted to do my analog, I want to do my digital time, and then I want to do my other digital time. I could do 3 time zones with this. But
it is a functional piece.
It is. It is an extremely functional piece. It's beautiful. I mean, it's very stylish. Beats any G-Shock I've ever seen. Love this thing. But if you do the Scout and you travel a lot, 48 different time zones?
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's ridiculous. 48 different time zones, which I gifted that to Tia's son,
nice.
Brantley, the ginger guy with the beard we were talking about, because they were over in Europe and they were like in 4 different time zones at one time. I sent her the watch to give to him for his birthday, and he absolutely loves it. And then it's got the digital compass on it as well. He is thoroughly enjoying that. He's on tour with Metallica, so they're like touring everywhere in the freaking world. So
are they coming to Florida?
Yeah, they are.
I need to see Metallica. I have to go see Metallica.
Okay,
so I'm planting that bug right now.
I got you. I'll see what I can. Set up. Guys, check them out. DefiWatches.com, Smith and Bradley, SMBWatches.com. Social media, you guys are SMB Watches, your Defi Watches on social media. And make sure you take advantage of the deal that we're offering right now. It's short term, and I'm getting this show out to you. I know a lot of you are way behind. You're going to miss this deal, and I'm sorry. That's the whole thing. I mean, you guys, when I post these, things are time sensitive. So you gotta, when you see me post a new show, you gotta listen, man. You gotta listen, and you gotta tune in to what's going on, because some of these deals will last, but some of them will go away, and it's just nothing I can't control that. I'm sorry. We can offer you good deals when we can, but they're going to come back.
Listener.
We're going to have more good deals.
Oh.
So if you missed this one, guess what? There's going to be another one coming up, right?
You never know what we're going to pop up with.
That's right, because Jerommie is crazy.
That's what they usually say. Like, dude, will you quit doing that stuff? Like, no, that's what I did.
That's what I do. That's how we do things.
That's like if I go where and I do stuff and I'm just handing stuff out, like, what are you doing? It's like, I like getting my stuff out there.
It's just how.
So if you ever see me at a trade show, just go, hey, you got a watch on you? I've been known to take it right off my wrist and go, there you go, have a nice day.
Well, that's how I got my first Sans 13. I think Mookie introduced us.
Yeah.
We were down in Chattanooga.
Yep.
And Mookie's like, hey, here's a good dude. Here's a good dude. You guys need to talk. And we started talking. You're like, hey, right off your wrist. Boom. You're like, tell me how you like it. And that was the start of a beautiful friendship.
There you go.
That's how it started. Thanks, Mookie. All right, guys, that does it for another episode of the Talking Lead podcast. Thank you so much, Jerommie, for, Jesus Christ, your generosity here to the lead heads. We couldn't ask for anything more. If you guys aren't taking advantage of Jerommie's discounts that he's offering you guys, then again, you're not a lead head. You can't consider yourself a lead head. But when you do take advantage of these deals, let me know. Let me know. It's like, hey, I took advantage of Jerommie's deal. Send me an email. When you get your watches, a lot of guys are sending me pictures of the watches when they get them. Send those to me. Let me know that you're getting those. And if you have any trouble getting in touch with Jerommie, also let me know. I will put you guys in touch. I've done that with a couple of guys as well. We're going to make it happen here. We're going to make this work. So until next time, lead heads, as always, keep your loved ones close.
Firearms closer, and your Defi Classic watch tighter on that wrist.
And you tell them, Rufus, what's your dog's name?
Sniper.
Sniper.
Yeah.
Because you were a SWAT team sniper.
I was not I was entry team.
Oh, you were Breach.
I was Breach.
Why didn't you call him Breach? That makes more sense.
Because he's got everything with him about being a sniper.
About being a sniper.
Yeah, he's got that sneak attack.
I got you. Not with that bark.
Yeah.
All right, leadheads, we will be back with more from the 2018 NRA, and we're going to pepper in some more from the 2018 SHOT Show because we still got interviews from that to go. So stay tuned.